So happy Earth Day again, and happy New Moon Energy Day. The new moon helps us remember that each day we can start new. Each moment we can start new, actually. Every breath we take. If we thought, oh my gosh, that was not my best moment, you can always change it the next moment. So during this time when we're all trying to figure out our new normal, it's really important to stay grounded. So we're going to start the practice today by standing up and taking about a shoulder width stance. So I'm going to back up here so you can see me. So take your feet about shoulder width apart. And then just start to feel your feet here. Start to rock back and forth on your feet. Maybe even just lifting and spreading your toes, really feeling grounded through your feet and legs. Once you get there, take your hands to your hips and just gently press there, feeling that root from the hips down the legs into the feet. No matter what our arms and upper body are doing during this practice, I want you to really feel the heaviness of your pelvis, of your hips, of your legs, of your feet, all the way down. It helps a little bit to bend your knees a bit. And then pull your low belly in toward your spine and then stand up a little bit taller, reaching the crown of your head toward the sky. Let your shoulders drop down away from your ears. We're going to center ourselves this way with our hands together, and you can spread your fingers apart. So all your fingers and thumbs, the tips of them are touching, and the circumference of your palm is also touching. And the motion will be keeping your fingertips together and making this little ball with your hands, and then flattening them. So you inhale, make the ball. Exhale, flatten it. Inhale, make the ball. Maybe it's the earth. And exhale, flatten it. Keep doing that a few times. You can keep your eyes closed, or you can unfocus them and look down, or look at your hands, or you can close your eyes, whatever feels the best to you. Keep doing this as you still feel the strength and the rootedness of your legs and your feet. As you exhale, let your jaw relax. Let your throat soften, neck relax, eyes soften. Release any worry out of your forehead. Couple more. And then the next time your hands are flat, just pause. Remembering that each day, each breath, each moment is a new opportunity for you to make a new choice on the next thing you want to do. Feel your legs again. Feel the heaviness rooting down toward the earth. Keep that heaviness as you stretch your arms up toward the ceiling. You can still look straight ahead, or you can look up in a little bit of a back bend. Take an inhale, and then exhale, hands come back down to your heart center. Release your hands down. Take your arms out to the sides. Feel your strength of your legs and stretch your arms wide and up. Palms touch again. Exhale down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, arms up, out to the sides. Keeping the low body nice and steady as you stretch tall. Exhale down. Really feel the beginning, the middle, and the end of each move. Not in any rush. And then forward with your arms now. Inhaling forward, arms are about shoulder width apart. They stay apart this time when you come up. so your palms face each other, and then down, just gently opening up the shoulder joint. Inhaling up, but still being heavy in your legs. Exhaling down, low belly is pulling in, letting your tailbone root down toward the earth more, reaching the top of your head up. At the same time, your legs are rooting down. Great. Now roll your shoulders back a few times. Take your arms out to a T and then cross them in front of you. And then just give yourself a nice little hug. And then switch arms. So whichever arm was on top the last time, switch the arms. Give yourself a nice little hug. Thank yourself for doing some yoga today. Open up again, and then exhale down. Feel your legs again from your hips all the way down your legs into your feet. If you've lost the connection to your feet, lift and spread your toes and really feel it again. Soften your knees, stretch your arms up again. Inhale up. This time, interlace your fingers, and then press your palms up toward the ceiling as much as you can. Keep pressing down through your feet, through your legs. Inhale, exhale, release your arms down. One more time with that. Inhale up. This time, clasp your thumbs behind each other, or somehow clasp your hands together, and then lean over toward one side or the other, whichever one feels good to you. Hold that. Can you still feel steady and rooted in your legs? And then switch sides. Pull your low belly in. Lean back a little bit into this. And then back up to center and release your arms. We're going to do that one more time. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, lean. Back to the center. Inhale. Exhale, lean. Keep pushing down through your legs as you stretch up taller with your upper body. And then back to center, and then release your arms down. Take your hands behind you now and interlace your fingers. If you can't reach, you can grab a t-shirt or a strap, a belt, something, a cord. I just saw an electrical cord. You could grab anything. Just hold on to something so you can, if you can't interlace your fingers, you can still take your arms behind you in a bound fashion. And then press your knuckles down toward the floor. Lift your heart, your chest forward. Keep breathing, thinking about your legs again, and stretching up through the crown of your head. Rooting down so you can rise up to your best potential. Rooting down with the strength that we know every moment is a new beginning. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Release your hands. Shake them out a little bit. And then take your hands up to your shoulders. And do some nice big circles. Go both directions 3 or 4 times. And then release your hands down again. Your feet are still about shoulder width apart. And now bend your knees again. And we're going to start to twist very gently. Your hands can go to your shoulders again. Or if you want a little bit more weight pulling on you, you can just let your arms flop. Again, while we're moving, still feel the rootedness, the grounded feeling, that steadiness of your low body. Feel your feet. Feel your legs, feel your pelvis, feel your hips, all rooting. Stretch your arms out to the sides again. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good, release your hands. Roll up onto the balls of your feet, or at least just put some extra weight into the balls of your feet. If you can, lift your heels up, bend your knees, and then drop your heels down. We're going to follow the breath with this. So we inhale, lift up onto the balls of our feet. Exhale, drop. And I want your body to shake, like shake any negative energy off. Inhaling up, exhaling. You can exhale out your mouth. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop. Good job. Okay, now come to the front of your mat if you're on a mat. Come to the front of your space and bring your feet about hip width apart now. Take your arms up toward the ceiling again, inhaling up. This time we're going to forward fold, and in fact, you can go more than hip width if you want to. Just forward fold and reach down toward the floor with your legs bent. Keep your legs bent for this first one. Let your head hang. You can let your neck release, stretching longer from the weight of your head. I like to shake my head yes and no. Feeling the middle of my back stretch because the legs are bent. And then once you are here, if you do have the flexibility in your hamstrings, if you want to straighten your legs, you can lift your hips up higher and that will straighten your legs. But think about it as lifting hips up rather than just straightening the knee. Explore this forward bend for a few more breaths. If you want, you can grasp opposite elbows, sway side to side a little bit. And then to come up, we'll come up very carefully with bent legs. Lift your hands to your hips, helping you to root down through your legs again, and then rise back up to standing. Take your arms up toward the ceiling again. Inhale. Exhale, hands to hearts. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Super strong, steady like a mountain. Lower down, roll yourself down, forward fold, bent legs. Lift up halfway now. Hands can be on the floor ahead of you, or they can be on your shins. Exhale, fold. Two more times. Inhale, halfway lift up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift up. Exhale, fold. Hands to the hips. Bend your legs, slowly rise back up to standing. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take your feet wide now. Wider than we had before, so maybe about, I don't know, three feet. If you want to, you can measure how wide your arms are. Maybe just try to get your feet about underneath your wrists. It's a good measure. And now point your toes out and bend into your legs. We're getting really heavy in the legs, in the pelvis. Get really low here. Low as you can, low belly in, reach the crown of your head up toward the ceiling. Good. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus arms. Now we're going to move in two directions. We're going to inhale, straighten your legs, straighten your arms. It's not going to bother you. And then bend. Inhale up. Exhale, bend. Really feel the tips of your shoulder blades hugging toward each other here. Inhale up. Exhale down. Follow your breath. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Super strong. Feel your legs. Relax your hands down by your sides. This time we're going to bend into one leg and then the other. Bend into one leg and then the other. You can keep your hands at your hips. Get into the legs a little bit more, and you should maybe feel your hips stretching out. And then steady yourself back to this wide-legged and point your feet forward now. You can even go a little bit pigeon-toed if you want. Stretch your arms up long to get your spine longer, bend your knees, and then forward fold over these bent legs. Again, let your head hang. Let the weight of your head stretch your neck longer. And shake your head yes and no. Maybe walk your hands over to one side and then the other. Just kind of seeing how your legs are feeling, your hips are feeling today. No rush. We're taking our time. We're choosing wisely each moment at a time. Really focusing on our breath. Focusing on the steadiness of our low body. Bend your legs and push down through your legs as you come up. Hands to hips. Lead with your heart center, stretching up. Inhale, arms up again. Little side bend with these wide legs. And then the other side. Back up, straight up, and release your arms down. Roll your shoulders back. You can hop your feet together, or you can just heel toe, which is a good exercise in and of itself. So, feeling strong in your legs. Just come to the front of your mat again. I'm going to go on this side, I think. Step your right leg back, and your right leg will be in a bit of an angle. And then take your arms out to the sides, palms facing up. So we're going into Warrior Two variation. If you want, you can try to get a little bit lower in your front leg, but again, just be steady. So if you're too wobbly, if you feel too much strain, you maybe have gone out of alignment. So find your steadiness. Find your steady legs in Warrior Two. Arms out, palms up, just to help open the heart more. Hold and breathe. Drop your shoulders, lift your heart space. Good, and then release your hands. We're going to switch sides, so just switch the direction of your feet. Same thing here, bend into that front leg. Palms face up to help get the heart open more. Hold and breathe. And then release your hands down. Switch legs again. So now bend into the other leg. Back leg is strong and straight. Arms out to the sides again. Palms up, and then lean back for a reverse warrior. Check your bottom shoulder. Make sure it's not folded forward. Let it roll back. Keeping the bend in the front leg. Push down a little bit more in your back leg as well. Make sure both feet are contacted onto the floor tightly. Inhale. Lifting up. Exhale, release your arms. Switch sides. Same thing on this side. Super strong in the legs. Warrior Two. Hold, breathe. Low belly in and up, lifting your heart center more. Stretching your spine in two directions. Lean back, keep that. Super strong legs. Check the foundation of your feet, and then check the foundation of your breath. Feel how steady you are, how strong. Push down through that strength. Back to Warrior Two. Release your hands, feet forward again. Stretch your arms up, extended, wide-legged forward fold, and forward bend. Let your head relax. Shake your head out again. Point your toes out to the sides again. Now this is where, if your knees don't like this, stay up high and just bend into the one leg and then the other. If your knees are fine with it, bend a little deeper and then lift the opposite foot up so you're on your heel. And just go back and forth like that, very carefully. Very slowly, following your breath, listening to your body. If there's any pain, you stay up higher. Couple more times, getting into the inner thighs. And then make your way back to the center and rise on up. Extend your arms up again. Inhale. Look up for a little bit of a back bend. And then exhale, hands to heart center. And release your hands. Drop your shoulders. Lift your heart space. We have a friend. You're going to do down dog too? Okay, go lay down, little girl. Heel toe your feet together. And then stand strongly. Go lay down. Stand with your heart center lifting. Shoulders drop. Interlace your hands again. We're going to get into the neck a little bit more. So with your hands interlaced behind you, okay, lay down. Look down, drop your shoulders, and just hold that. We're warmed up enough where we can really get into the neck a little bit deeper. Look forward. Turtle your chin in just a little bit. So pull it in a little, then look up. Hold that. And then look forward. And then turn your head to one side. And then the other side. And then forward again. And now just lean your ear, one of your ears toward the opposite, or toward the same shoulder. And then switch. And then release your hands. Now take your right hand to the left side of your head. So just gently hold there. And you're going to push your head into your hand and then pull back at the same time. You also might feel a nice stretch in your shoulder and armpit, lifting your elbow back a little bit farther. Keeping your chin tucked here. If you want to, you can bring your fingers to your chin to help you make sure you're pulling your chin back. And then switch arms. So you're getting a nice armpit shoulder stretch and finding some strength in your neck. Just pushing against your hand and then kind of a tug of war. Push and pull equally. And then release that side. Now take both hands to the base of your skull. You can interlace if you want to. And then just press back. Press your head back into your hands, and at the same time, you're pressing your hands into your head, just back and forth, gently. Feel your legs again, feel your feet. Keep your heart center lifted. Beautiful. Just stretch your arms up again. Inhale, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Turn the corners of your mouth up, give a little smile. And then release your hands. Good job. Okay, come to the front of the mat again. Step your right leg back. We're going to go to a side angle pose now. So with legs nice and steady, find the steadiness. Take your arms out to the side and lean over toward your bent leg. You can reach toward the floor or you can gently rest yourself on your thigh and then top arm goes up by the ear. If you can't get yourself lifting up out of this, make sure you can actually hold on to the floor if you want to, or if you want to, just you can take your hand here, just leaning over. So just find the place that works for you. Once you find your steadiness, tailbone away from the crown of the head, stretching the spine longer. You can look down, or you can look forward or up. Find the place that feels good to you and keeps you steady. Push down through your legs to come back up, rooting to rise. Release your hands. Side angle on the other leg. So find your steadiness first. Find the steadiness of your breath, your feet, your legs, arms out to the side. Lean over, side angle. If you're resting your forearm on your thigh, just make sure you're not collapsing. pull yourself away from it. Big toe on the bent leg really has to press. You can look down, you can look forward, or you can spin your body up to look up toward the ceiling more. You decide what feels good to you. Push down through your legs to come back up. And then heel, toe your feet together again. In honor of Earth Day, let's do a tree pose. So we're gonna stand on one foot, remembering to keep the legs integrity up into the hip socket. So pull it up into the hip and then root it down. Imagine your whole leg, your whole foot, all your toes are pressing into the earth. And then lift your right leg up and find the position that you like for your tree pose. If you are balance challenged today, just make a little kickstand. Maybe put your heel on top of your other foot and balance there. And then you can maybe come up onto your toe, or if you can, just place your foot on the side of your leg. Once you're rooted, your arms can go in many positions. You can pick. Looking at one thing that's not moving can help steady you. Once you have your balance, if you want to test yourself, you don't have to look at your drishti or your focus point. You can actually look around. The drishti, the focus becomes within the heart center. So you can just test yourself, and every time you might waver a little bit, stand back up, find your strength, and work it again. Every moment we have a chance to change something. Again, pulling in through your low belly, reaching up through the crown of your head, take another breath, and then release that side. Your standing legs should feel a little tired. You did a good work on that, so just shake it out a little bit if that feels good to you. And then the other side. So gently pull your leg bone up into the hip socket and then press back down. So this is a dynamic stretch and it keeps you extra strong. So lift the other leg up, find the position your other foot needs to be in. Also, don't look down. So I was just looking down like this. That weight of your head can really pull you out of balance. So just make sure to keep your head right on top of your neck. Find your balance point, wherever that might be. Again, low belly in. Stretch the crown of your head up, but your standing leg is pressing down toward the floor as hard as it can. Super strong, steady. And then once you've found your balance point, if you want to test yourself, go for it. See if your roots can handle the wind that comes through the forest, the branches. And every time you almost fall, you just get stronger. Keep standing. Keep getting up. Keep breathing and holding that side. One more breath. And then release it and shake that leg out. Nice job, trees. One more balance pose. So this one is a nice quad stretch. If you want, for this one, I'd rather you get the stretch than the balance. So if you have a hard time, just hold the wall, find your ankle, and then really stretch from your hip down to your knee. And keep your foot active. This will help protect your knee. It's a nice little quad stretch. Straight down from the hip. Don't let your legs splay out to the side. Just keep it straight down. And this is not dancer where you lift your knee up behind you. It's just going straight down from your hip. Push down through your standing leg a little bit more to reach the crown of your head up. Spine moving in two directions. And then release, switch sides. Nice, strong, supportive leg pushing down. The other leg pushing and pulling at the ankle, just gently stretching from your hip to your knee. Foot is active to protect your knee. Low belly in, standing legs stronger. Push it down a little bit more. Lift up through the crown of your head. Relax your shoulders and jaw. Find your steadiness so your upper body can rise. And then release that side. Shake those out. Good. I think it's time to come onto the floor. So make your way down onto the floor, please, however you can get there. And first we'll go into a child's pose. So knees can go wide, big toes touch behind you, and then sit back onto your heels. Stretch your arms forward, forehead to the floor. And then allow yourself to fill up from your back body as much as your front body. Really settle down into your pelvis, your legs, tops of the feet pressing into the floor gently to help lift your ankles. One more breath there. And then come up to hands and knees. We'll start cat-cow, inhaling, lifting and widening. Exhaling, rounding. Inhaling, lifting, widening. Exhaling, rounding. One more. And then come to neutral spine. From here, take your right leg back, left arm forward, pull up through your middle, and just see about holding there for a moment. Hold and breathe. Can you keep your neck soft and the face relaxed as you do this pose? And then switch sides. Left leg back, right arm forward, pull up through your middle. Really steady. No wasted energy. Find the softness in your face and your neck. Hold and breathe. Stretching your spine 2 directions. Tailbone away from the crown of your head. And then release that side. Big body circles now, just round and round. Really feel your hips stretch and your shoulders stretch. Trying to go all directions. Finding any little nook and cranny in your body that might need some extra stretch. And then switch directions. You might need to go more one way than the other. Good job keeping your focus. And then come back to the center. Come down onto your bellies now and onto your forearms. And to Sphinx pose. In Sphinx pose, point your toes and click your toenails into the floor this time, so much that your knees lift up. So push your feet down, lift your knees up. You might need to take your elbows forward a bit, or they can be back underneath your shoulders. Listen to your body and decide for yourself where you need to be for this gentle back bend. Find your breath again. Beautiful. Take your hands to the mat. Push back, child's pose again. In this child's pose, we're going to twist it. So walk your hands to one side of your mat. I'm going to go to the right side, coming up onto the fingertips. This makes more space for the shoulders to stretch out and the upper back. So your fingers press down as your wrists, elbows, and armpits lift toward the ceiling. Your head's off the floor, and you round inward, kind of like cat pose, but you're in a child's pose. And then walk your hands to the other side. Same thing here. Onto the fingertips. Press down and then stretch your elbows, wrists, and armpits up. Round your back. Look inward. And then come back into the center. Regular child's pose. One more breath. Remember, in each moment, you get to make a choice, but you have to stay present and rooted and strong in your strength. You can make better decisions. And then come up to hands and knees. Let's do one downward facing dog. Hands go forward. Tuck your toes. You can almost do this at the wall if you can't get into a full down dog. And then bend one leg and then the other, getting in the back of the legs a little bit. Stretching your arms, pushing your fingers forward, pushing the weight into your fingertips rather than your wrists. Bend your arms a little bit and access your shoulder blades better. And then re-straighten your arms. Again, spine is going in two directions. Tailbone away from the crown of your head. Stretch your spine longer. And then very slowly come down onto your knees. Beautiful. And we're going to come up to a seated position now. Taking your right leg in toward your body and left leg straight out in front of you. You might want to wiggle yourself onto your sit bones a little bit better. Wrap your arm around your front leg and just sit up tall. From here, after you've sat up tall, we're going to twist. So we'll twist toward the bent leg. So we'll twist toward the direction of the bent leg. The other hand can go to the floor, shoulder roll back, inhaling fully. Feel that nice stretch in the middle of your back. Every inhale, you lengthen. Every exhale, turn. One more. Good. And then switch sides. Bend the left leg up. Get up tall, sit up tall. The bottom leg is strong and straight and still rooted down toward the floor. Lengthen up through your spine and then turn. The other hand can go to the floor. Every breath in, inhale, lengthen. Every breath out, turn. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, turn. One more. And then come back to center. Bring the soles of your feet together for butterfly position. You can scooch back a little bit so you're on your sit bones more. Hold your ankles and then just sit up tall. Inhaling fully, maybe even looking up. And then exhale, forward fold over these legs. Breathe in, lengthen your spine. Breathe out, soften. One more. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, soften. Beautiful, and then sit back up. Stretch your legs out in front of you. Pat your legs a little bit, give them a little massage, rub them, make them. Super strong legs. And now we're going to lay on our backs. So come on down to your back. Right away, you can bring your knees in toward your chest and rock side to side. Give yourself a nice low back massage. Do circles. You can do individual circles. So your right knee makes a circle and your left knee makes a circle. You can do that at the same time, like you're rowing a boat. Getting nicely into the hips. Both directions. Just see what your body wants. And then feet come to the floor. Lift your hips up off of the floor. You can reach back and see if you can touch your heels, rocking your shoulders underneath will be better. And then from here in this bridge pose, lift your arms up over onto the floor behind you. This is your inhale. Exhale, lower very slowly, hips down and arms down. Do that a few more times. Really feeling your upper back press into the floor, one vertebrae at a time. One more. Follow your breath with it. Knees come in again. Rock side to side. Feet to the floor. And now cross your right ankle over your left knee. Maybe this is where you stay. Make sure your ankle stays nice and straight. One way to do that is to flex your foot. Keep your foot active to keep your ankle straight. Your knee will thank you for that. And then if you need more of a stretch, just lift the bottom foot up, threading your hands behind your left leg, and hold there. If you want even more, you could do a half happy baby, straightening the bottom leg and taking this foot, cradling it a little bit more, or bringing it out for half happy baby. All right, let's do the other side. Release that side, feel the difference. Notice all the freedom you feel in that hip now. And then switch. So now left ankle over right knee. Flex your foot, keeping your ankle straight so your knee is happy. Maybe this is where you stay. If this is enough stretch, just stay here. Otherwise, lift your bottom foot up. Both legs come toward your chest more. Hold the back of your right thigh. Your head and back are rested on the floor here. If you want more, you can actually bring this leg in and cradle it closer to you, keeping your ankle straight though. The bottom leg can straighten. The other option would be half happy baby. A little bit different stretch, but you can just play around with what feels good to you. Breathe. Exhale out your breath completely. So you can take a bigger breath back in. Hold one more breath here. And then release that side down. Bring your legs straight, arms up overhead, full body stretch. Inhaling up. Exhaling, arms down by your side. Bend your legs again. We'll do some windshield right here. Just dropping both knees to the side, back and forth. Good. If you'd like, you can come back to supine butterfly, feet together, or you can straighten your legs out right away. We're going to rest here for a few moments. Practicing our focus, we're going to count 10 breaths. I'll count my breaths, you count your breaths. I use my fingers to count. So as I rest here, I will be just gently pressing my fingers into my thumbs just to know, or else even you can press just right into your body so you know how many you've done. So let's get started. 10 breaths. when you're finished with your breaths, just let the breath come in naturally, noticing your response to your breath. If your legs are in butterfly position, you can stretch them out long. Bring your big toes together and press, press, press really hard, reminding you of how strong you are. And then let your legs flop out to the sides. Your toes come together, big toes together, press, take a breath in, squeeze, and then exhale, let them flop out to the sides. Let's do it one more time. Big toes together, press, and then relax. Lift your heart up a little bit more, roll your shoulders under your back more, palms face up, and just let yourself rest here in Shavasana for a few moments. I have a soft bell that I'll ring in about 3 minutes. So if you can stick with me and you can focus here, stay here for 3 minutes. You can stay here longer if you want, but I'll get you up in 3 minutes. It's good practice to focus. Shavasana is the time where you can assimilate all that good energy into every cell of your body. Seal it in. Allowing the breath to fill you up. Exhaling any tension and tightness. Every exhale, let any negative energy dissipate toward the earth. Every breath in, let your body be filled with the possibility of new beginnings. Feeling your back body heavy against the floor, knowing that you are supported. Front body rises with the freedom of that support, knowing that you are supported, knowing that you are strong. Helps us to rise to every occasion. Keep breathing here. We have just a few more moments. Enjoy every moment. Remain still, but bring your attention back. Begin to make some small movements, stretching out your hands and feet, wiggling your fingers and toes. And then bend your legs and roll to your side into the fetal position. Keeping your body heavy and your eyes closed. Take another breath there. And then use the strength of your hands and your arms to roll all the way over, pressing into your palms. And then using that strength to help your body stay nice and heavy. Eyes can be unfocused or closed, whatever you prefer. And then just come up to seated again. And then let's end as we began, with our hands folded, fingers apart, making that big ball shape. Inhaling and exhaling, flattening your hands. Inhaling and exhaling. This is a good stress reliever. You can use this anytime you want to. Nobody even knows what you're doing. You can have your hands in your lap and you're just breathing and focusing, staying steady and strong and rooted in your truth. Remembering that each moment, each breath, we have a new opportunity to do something new. So again, happy Earth Day, everyone. Happy new moon. And let's use this good energy, this time we have right now, to decide what we are going to do with our new normal. And we can choose wisely when we feel really grounded and settled. Again, thank you so much for practicing today with me. Let's bring our hands in Anjali Mudra, bringing your thumbs to touch your sternum. Look down toward your own beautiful heart. Be grateful for yourself and everything around you that supports you. Lean back into that support. Allow it. Thank you so much again. Namaste.